Frank distracted me. I was told there was going to be baby goats. If you're watching Frank on another device, why got her open on this? But I don't have plug here. She goes outside for the baby goats. I want to see it. Okay. There he goes. No, I lost track of time. And then Bishy said Frank was on, and I got distracted. What are you missing, Bishy? I gave you the power. I specifically typed it in. There, you have been knighted. Okay. I think he was the first one here. All right. I'm doing more sealed ones because that's what I had on my stack here, and didn't finish them the other day from the stacks I had. So that's what we're going to be doing. Um, so if you've never been here before, and I assume you all have been here before, I'm going to run choice and just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if you just want to start buying up a storm, let me know. Those were from the other day. And then I'm just going to sort them um, into my little stacks and lock them up. I actually bought something on Whatnot today, and now I'm way behind. And I don't think I'm going to break even today after that purchase. After my fantastic linen show where I made $10. I don't know. I'm not an influencer. I can't get people in here. I've got lots of suggestions, Ohio, but they would require me to use profanity, and then I would get nasty messages. Hey, yay. We're selling 8 tracks tonight, or hoping to. So we got Mantovani, the best of the Florida boys, Ricky Lee Jones, George Carlin, occupation full. And I do have my buy now loaded. If you want to buy something from there and you want it for like 50% off, tell me and I'll mark it down and do the flash sale thingy. Um, you guys come in, just tell me in the chat and I'll try to see it. I'm gonna run this. But while this is running, Bishy there, Saturday night, you need to be at Bishy's. Upstate. I don't know what kind of activities you do for fun on the weekends, but you should be at Bishy's. Nobody bought this? Oh man. She's doing her crafty crime. Which if you're not into crafty stuff, that's okay. You can play the game and buy something and get entered to win a Nintendo Switch with Mario Kart. Yeah, I don't like crafts shit, but I go. And I usually buy something so I can get in a giveaway. But Ghost is asking for something. Okay, we have Cliff Waldron, Gospel up there, John Clemmer, Arabesque, James Taylor in the Pocket, and the Staples Pass It On. But if you're going to go to Bishy's, you ought to go to her Facebook page first, and she'll have a day or so before, she'll have the printout where you can print it to make it easier to keep track of the clues. I just take a screenshot of it and do it on my phone. Um, what prize? Oh, the prize if you win the thing. The last two. I don't know. Was it? Yeah, I got different stacks here. Was it those two? So put those back on, and we have Jeff Love, all-time Christmas favorites, and Freddie Hubbard with Yusef Lateef, um, getting it together. Oh, those were. Oh, that's okay. You got my hopes up. I thought I was gonna make $3. Um, I I didn't bring my box in here, Bishy. I am ill prepared. Top 10 Rock, December 1974, bootleg. Gray and Hanks, You Fooled Me. Soul of Italy, Volume 11, and The Best of Bread, Volume 2. I know, Bishy, and I got distracted by Frank. I got to get a box out here. Being all optimistic, thinking I might sell one or two. The Brecker Brothers, Richard Harris, My Boy, Jesse Winchester, Nothing But a Breeze, and Top 10 Rock 1977. Bishy, that guy that I was talking about in Frank's show, I think I was creeping on her, and I clicked into his show to see what she was. I finally write thank you on one. I uh I was creeping on her because I saw she was in a show, and I went in and she had said something in the chat, and I said, Frank, and she didn't respond. And I looked at the number up at the top, and it was said two. So then I realized, another one of those. We just had one of those. Uh, I realized it was just me and him. So then I felt bad. I've disguised myself with my cloak of invisibility, and it's nice to sneak into people's shows. Uh, but I said Frank, so he knew I was there. And I listened to the guy for 20 minutes. He never showed anything. And he talks about my speed if I talked half the speed. Billy Preston, behold, most Sadati's, or however you pronounce that, Eras 2, Gentle Persuasion, and John Clemmer Arabesque, which we just had one of those too. And that is running. But his deal was he sells vintage playing cards and the antique ones. He's probably got a collection worth $1 million and got some really good ones, but it was just me and him, and apparently Frank a few minutes earlier. Welcome in. We're looking at 8 tracks. If you I also got stuff in my store. If you want a deal on it, let me know. I'll do flash sales for 50% off if there's something you want. What is that? Tom Netherton, Hem of His Garment, Robert Hale and Dean Wilder, Festival of Praise, Pacific Gas and Electric, and Chris Hillman, I think, Slipping Away. And those are running. Yeah, Ohio, you sent me that link. I clicked on it, and Vintage Barnyard opened up. And then when I described how I was going to try to recoup my money from that purchase, and you said, but the condition, and made the whatever face emoji you made. I was like, oh man, I didn't look at them that close. I thought they looked okay. Okay, Miller, you too. Stella Parton, Christopherson's Spooky Lady Sideshow, uh, The Independents, Chuck, Helen, Eric, and Maurice, and the Tramps, Disco Inferno. What's that? Polkas by Paul Jr. Gladys Knight and the Pips, Volume 1 bootleg, the country version. The Sanford Townsend Band, and Daniel, whatever that is, whatever that says, Canadian copy. Those are right. I felt bad. I sold that placemat. There's placemats in that lot of crap for $5. I didn't realize that's what Frank was looking for. She had told me before, and I didn't realize I had that until I pulled it out. Cato Bell, Rod Stewart, Footloose and Fancy Free, Helen Reddy, Little Sing in the Sunshine, in the World of Tony, Orlando, and Dawn. I think those are running. Oh, I remember now. Thank you, Stroop. We're going 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make it easy. Thank you. Holocaust soundtrack. Larry Graham and Graham Central Station. Al Hurd at Carnegie Hall. And Rolls Royce Strikes Again. And that is running. Ohio, are you having any shows on your vacation? There. If you guys haven't checked out one of Ohio's shows, she's having one tomorrow. Do we have to listen to Kristen before you come on? Oh, the bins. So we have to listen to Kristen till you get to the bins, huh? Chairman of the board, Bittersweet. BB King, Indianola, Mississippi Seeds. Smith minus plus. The Spiritual Moods of Archie Dennis Jr. And those are right. Yeah, and if you've never watched Ohio at the bins, that's an experience too. Thanks, Ghost. You plan on opening that, there's a good chance that one might have a gummy roller too. I don't know. It looks like a pretty early one. Hey, Reg. Your box of goodies is on its way, Reg. I can't guarantee everything's gonna make it intact, but be careful when you're digging through it. Ronnie Millsap Images, The Magic Oregon Magic Carousel, Cadence Classics, and Point Blank second season. And those are running. Thank you, Stroop. It's the Point Blank. What are replacement tires? Oh, okay. I gotcha. Didn't understand what you were replacing on the GRT was. Yeah, I get it. Does somebody make them? Gary Wright heading home in and out of Focus by Focus. Laura Nyro, Seasoned of Light, and the Best of Jerry Lee Lewis bootleg. And those are running. What's he make them out of? I always just harvested rollers from other cartridges. And I can't even remember which cartridge. There's only a couple different kind of cartridges would that would fit without being that would fit well. Oscar Peterson and Gerald Wiggins sessions live. Merle Haggard Hag, Carly Simon, Another Passenger, and Casey and the Sunshine Band, Who Do You Love? There's her running. I think there's a few different kinds that gets used that would work, but a couple of them are pretty floppy in there, and they still work fine. Thank you, Stroop. Some Merle Haggard. Uh, do they turn? Chris Hillman, Sheena Easton, self-titled, Dolke's Volume 8 Rock Hits, and David Rogers' Whole Lot of Living in a House. And those are running. Bishy, when you're mouthing off and picking on me, you can tell everybody. It's funny. Thank you, true. I don't mind you harassing me publicly. Bishy said I made the same amount that I made in fabric earlier today. I wish you could set the mods to be all time mods. Make everybody a mod. Bishy, you're gonna. I don't know if you know that one person that comes in that's been coming in there the past couple of times, and I don't know if they're here now. They don't look like it unless they're somehow incognito. I'm gonna have you get your band hammer out if they keep coming back. The Best of Chicago and Blood, Sweat, and Tears bootleg. Eric Harmon, the Shuffler family. And mainnet transfer coming out. For any of you that are here that aren't just here to hang out and don't know me, I'll give you a piece of advice on a little bit of etiquette when you're in a show. When you're thank you, Upstate. It's like not really good etiquette to tell the seller that you're not going to bid against each other. In fact, in some states, it's certainly unethical and borderline illegal, especially to say it publicly. No, I don't want them in here. I had enough of them for the 10 minutes I had to deal with them today. And what happens when these people come in and do that shit in the chat? Then I just start ignoring the chat. And then everybody suffers because people want to ask me questions. And it's like, I don't even want to look at the computer or the phone. Sea Level, self titled. Pat Boone, I believe, Tim Moore, and Accordion Capers. That's why I ended it the other day, Ohio. He said, "Oh, we're not going to bid against each other." And it's like, well, if you're not going to bid, I'm not going to sell. I realize there's people in all sorts, all the categories that won't bid against each other, and there's people I don't bid against. I mean, I don't bid against people that buy off of me when I see they're bidding. But I'm not going to announce it to everybody. Oh, it was quick, Ghost. He said it, and I said, "That's it. I'm done." And I rated out in a matter of about 30 seconds. Because my flat rate boxes were only selling for opening bid. And it was like, I'm not going to stand here and make $5 an hour and have you telling everybody nobody's going to bid against each other. Rudolfo Lysica, whatever that is. Super Sax compilation, Emmett Rhodes, and John Lennon and the Plastic Ono Band bootleg. Those are running. You know, it's demoralizing enough when people say, "Oh, I tried to bid and I couldn't, or it wouldn't let me," because it's like, "Oh, I missed out on money. I missed out on bids." But when you're in the chat and somebody's there telling you, "Well, we're not going to bid against each other anyway," it's like, okay. And then after the day, he was back, and I just figured, screw this. I'll just give this shit to Pick for about half of what it'll cost me to run it to her. She can dig through it and have fun for a couple hours. And I think it's John Davidson. No, John David Souther, Black Rose, Direction Unlimited, Ike and Tina Turner, Please, 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 and Dean Martin, Famous Love Songs. Ohio, I was creeping on Maine last night. I woke up and looked to see who was online, and I don't have many friends on here because I don't follow many people, but I saw he was somewhere, so I went. Oh, it was a coin show. That's where the money's at. Holy hell. I flipped through some of that in that category. That's just crazy. What is silver right now? Gordon Lightfoot, if you could read my mind, what is that? Sealy B and the Buzzy Bunch, the Tony Brothers, and Brewer and Shipley. Frank isn't making her way out to the goats very quickly. What's the price of silver? $32. I didn't see an ounce of silver sell less than $42 last night when I was looking at that. Silver is 5% off of $5. Oh, no, yeah, the price of silver, the metal, Disco Hustle, Faces, Ooh La La, Paul Futa, and The Family Affair, and Liberace's Greatest Hits. Yeah, those coin sellers, they sell stuff, they sell coins probably every 15 seconds they sell one. Just sitting and running for 10 seconds, throw another one up, and those people just keep sitting there and buy them for over the price of silver. I don't understand it. I already have one of those. Have I ever found a coin lot? I don't know what you mean. Like a big stash of coins? Commodore's Natural High, Glen Ash, both sides, John Kirby Sextet, and Demita Joe Sings. I've never found a significant amount that I didn't know was there. Um, I used to I used to build websites, and I hosted a website for an auctioneer, and I'd help him sometimes. And he found a big can of silver dollars and uh, quarters and stuff when I was helping him the one day. He always told me, if you find something, take it and don't let me know about it. I never found anything. George Avick and Wes Potts, Tony Matola, Diana Ross, Baby It's Me, and Andrew Gold, All This in Heaven too. That's running. I think the most cash I ever found in a clean out type thing was like $260 or something. I don't know. I assume it was a thing like he assumes people are gonna take it if they find it, his workers. So he would just tell them ahead of time. I don't know. I never found any. I did the one time I was helping him. I did find a wallet that had a silver dollar in it. I like tucked down in the credit card thing or something, and a wee little bit of cash in it, and I gave it to him. So I mean, I didn't listen to him anyway. But well, it also might be that he might have had it in his contract that he had to turn that over or something, and he just figured, I don't know. That's just what he told me. Jack Bruce with Graham Bond and Ginger Baker, Sammy Smith, Sly and the Family Stones. There's a riot going on, and Jay Ferguson. Real life ain't this way. And those are. I don't know, but I assume that a lot of these coin sellers that are on here were either stockpiling ahead of time and are using this as an opportunity to cash out because it's probably not going to be this high forever. Either that or they have people feeding them the coins that are thinking the same thing. Um, Humble Pie Lost and Found bootleg, Crusaders Images, Aquarius, The Sounds of Love, and the Best of Vicky Carr bootleg. Well, she's she's babysitting tonight, and last night she went down. Uh, her granddaughter has the flu, and her daughter can't miss any more work. And apparently, she decided against sending her to daycare to infect everyone else. Thank you, Screw. She doesn't do much in the winter. She crochets a lot. You found a real nickel? And there was a lot of foreign money mixed in with those buttons. I tried to pull as much as I could out anytime I've given them to anybody or sold them, because Butterfly collects foreign coins. Yeah, you can just make offers right through the r- just go down there to the thing and make offers. You always, at, at least right now you want to make offers during a show because then it combines the shipping. How many do you want it? You're looking at 5 to 10 tapes. Okay. Do you want to do some flash sales? I don't think you were here earlier when I mentioned it. Do you know what I can run them as flash sales if you want. And same with you upstate. If you put in the chat what titles it is, I'll just change the price and run them. Okay, just let me know. And um, upstate, when I do that, I can do yours too. Although you're gonna have to tell me what the number is at the end because there's two different versions of that. I don't know. until I become insanely rich or get tired of this. I lasted about 45 minutes trying to sell linens earlier. Sorry, Bishy. Conway Twitty hits the Young Lions, some sort of jazz thing, I think. Um, Adolf von Stickler conducting the Hamburg Philharmonic bootleg, and Jerry Butler, Aware of Love. Yeah, if you guys weren't in here that day, I took a break on the one show I had, and I think I had a rate of 140 people come in while I was taking a break, or right before I took a break. The guy that I got that bucket from said he had another bucket for me the last time I saw him. He's goofy. I gave him, when I moved out of my shop, I gave him literally half a van load full of porn. And I've only seen him once since, because he has a girlfriend out by Columbus that he goes and sees. And I only seen him once, and he wanted me to buy a bunch of albums, photo albums off of him for $50. And I'm like, don't I have any credit for that porn? So we took $10 off of my what he was asking for the photo albums. George McRae, Cyrita, Donny Osmond, A Time for Us, and Jefferson Starship Gold. I'm hoping eventually I have some more credit than that. Oh, he has a girlfriend. I've seen her. Uh, he was supposed to unload the porn for me. It wasn't for him. No. That's the goofy guy that I was telling. You can't say the word porn, apparently. Eddie Kendricks at his best. Alan Robin, Super Shrink. Jeannie Sings Christmas. It's like Jeannie Conroy. And a Bangladesh bootleg. And that's right. Kristen. Everybody say hi to Kristen. Are you going to be on tomorrow, Kristen? She probably thinks I stalk her. I only had to wait like 35, 45 seconds for you to come on this morning. One of the items that I sold was in my office, and I sat down at the computer to find out what box it was in, and I looked at my tablet and saw you were coming on almost immediately, so I went in there and waited for you. I wasn't sitting there for 2 hours or anything. That might be a belly button, Bishy. Jeff Love, Candido, Candice Funk, Timmy Thomas, and Bobby Hackett. Oh, it's hanging. Oh, there was an issue. Status timeout. Oops. Try it again. That one show I was in last night, they had 5 payments in a row from like 5 different people not clear. And I checked a couple other shows and they were had their last couple didn't clear, so there must have been some sort of issue last night. All right. Um Hit whatever you said was naughty. It I'm gonna take a picture of that with my other phone. The ones I was watching wasn't even gambling. It was just they were buying it. Like they were holding it up. Here's an ounce of silver. Oh, let's pay $55 for it. It'll be easier if I just sit there and do it, Bishy. I think. You can remind me what Upstate said. All right, I'm gonna run these as a flash sale for Pitt or whoever that was. Um, so be ready, Pitt, because they're only gonna run for like 15 seconds. If they're in quantity, anybody can buy. Well, anybody can buy them. If you want to get in there before he does, but they're probably in quantity, so they're available to anybody. And then, Bishy, you can tell me what Upstate wanted. There, it's running on the Madonna. I think it's a relatively new thing, Rag. You can only do it with your the buy it now stuff. If you just click on the product actions button, and then in the middle of your screen, there, it says run this flash sale, and the second button down. Then you can, whoops, did it wrong. Run as a flash sale, percentage off. You can change your percentage, the time, set the max number to purchase. So Tommy Boy is running. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, it works nice. I started doing them for my when people raid me, um, just to move stuff instead of giving away giveaways or doing $1 starts. The Upcycled by Bree. That's where Bishy told me the first time I saw them. Bishy said she was running them, and she was utilizing it very well. She was like, She had things that she had like 20 of, and she'd make them like 2% off or something, and then they'd sell out. I don't know. She was she was moving some shit that way. All right, next up is Dress to Kill. So that is running. There's 19. There's enough for everybody to buy 2 of them. And it's not flashing up on my screen when you buy, if you're buying these things. So if you're missing them, you got to tell me in the chat, because I'm not looking at the phone and it's not popping up on the computer. So here's salt and pepper. And that one's running. And Fat Boys. And welcome in. If you just joined me, I'm doing some flash sales for 50% off of my buy now. If there's anything you want me to run as a flash sale for 50% off from my store, let me know in the chat. And we'll run what that was, Fat Boys Coming Back Hard. And Fat Boys Mac Daddy, 50% off, is running now. And Masters of the Universe. Okay. And then I'll do Lucifer's Friend after Masters of the Universe. So there's Masters of the Universe soundtrack, 50% off. And then Ghost wants Godflesh after that. Okay, we had the 317 version. Looks like I sold out of the other version. There's another title in there, but I don't see that other version of the cover. So Lucifer's Friend 8-track is running 50% off. What's that? The Masters of the Universe group? I'm like, there's God flesh. Okay, there's the Masters of the Universe at half off. I don't know. Did anybody else join? If you just come in, welcome in. If there's something you want me to run as a flash sale from my store, put it in the chat. Anybody that's been here, same deal. Yeah, you can't do that, Rag. I tried that. I tried running like a 3-minute auction with something else, and it didn't do that. It wouldn't let me. Maybe someday, I don't know. They did, like I said, it was in beta um until recently. They keep making changes. I had a pre-bid button one day last week. Uh and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. So there's the Slade 8-track. A filter. I don't know what you mean. Oh no, it was a button. It was a button that, like, they've had it on the right hand side there in the PC for quite a while. Um, but there was a button on the left hand side under the auction tab. So this is Def Leppard. You can repeat what they're saying in the chat if you want, Bishy. Frank, did you ever go see your goats? I hope I didn't miss it in the last 2 minutes of your show because I had you pulled up here in case you went out. Ah, okay. I'm glad I didn't miss them. Everybody, give Maria's Miscellany a follow. She makes things and sells craft stuff, makes jewelry and all sorts of pretty things. A random flash sale. I invite you to co-host. You guys want to go see? You guys want to go see goats? I don't care whether you want to or not. We're gonna go see Ghost. Goats. So while
All
I'm
right.
gonna show
So
all right, we're gonna watch goats.
did I do something wrong? Okay. So first you're gonna see my crazy birds. It's time to eat, so they'll all come, when I come out. Now they're chasing. Oh, and my ducks. Yes, the ducks are the loud ones. What are you guys doing outside? You're gonna get eaten. Oreo. This little white and black one is Oreo. Nala. Oh my goodness. That was Bolt. Here they come, or here we come. There's the mama. You see them? Look how cute.
What kind are they?
I believe we have Nigerian dwarfs. Hi, Snowy. You're being a good mama. Yes, you are. Aren't they adorable? Look. Hey, little brownie. So that's Brownie. Look how happy. And that's Nacho. They're both in the feeding thing. Okay, I'm trying not to move. There you go. There we go. Okay. Look how cute. Yeah.
It
Yes,
almost
Snowy.
makes me want to have goats again.
These are my first little kids, my first baby kid goats or whatever. This is like I told my husband this is the only kids we have together because we're a blended family. Like he's got his kids, I got my kids, but these are our kids, literally.
Do you still have guineas around there?
Yeah, the guineas. Hold on, see, he's out. They always get out. That's Winnie and his dad Peter. Oh, they're both out here. See, Winnie is the one with the white under, and Peter is over there messing around.
Do they?
And these are my baby roosters. These were hatched from our eggs. Hey, this is Peep, and his brother is Peep. And what's your brother's name? Oh gosh. Oh, Tweety. Peep and Tweety are the white. And then I love these. I picked these out. These are Turkins. The Turkins with the little what do you call it? Naked neck. So I know you guys are hungry. I gotta go feed them. Okay, well, thank you for letting me share my animals.
Well,
Have
thank
a
you for
great show.
showing.
Yeah,
Have a
I
good
gotta
night, Frank.
feed them. Night. Yep. Bye bye. How do I get out?
I have no idea. Never done it
I,
before.
I'll just leave. All right. Bye.
See ya. I never saw that, Ohio, so I don't know. I had a couple of those Turkins, the naked neck ones, and they were ugly, but they're very nice chickens. Um, okay. All right. Does anybody else want any flash sales for 50% off from the store? Dwight Yoakam. I can do that. And that's running. Thank you. Anybody else wants anything 50% off from the store, let me know and I will run them as a flash sale. Uh, if you guys didn't give Maria a follow, if you don't care about crafts, but you don't care who you follow, scroll up in the chat and give her a follow. She's a nice lady. She's bought a lot of stuff off of me. She sells occasionally on here. Oh, the volunteer jam. That must have been Bishy's fault. Thanks for the tip, Ohio. You should have sent it to Frank. Ghost, do you live someplace that you could have goats? What I would recommend is if you're gonna get the pygmies and like Maria had there, the dwarfs and stuff, the tiny ones, but get them from somebody that actually is. They're kind of like those teacup pigs. They People sell them as dwarves, and then they're all of a sudden they weigh 200 pounds and they try to kill you with their horns. Um, I liked goats. The problem is they you stick them in that fence like she had, and they always try to stick their head through it, and they always get their horns caught. It was an everyday occurrence. I was out there untangling their horns from the fence. If you get ones and can get them without horns, um, they're very nice pets. But it was literally every day. I'd have to go out and untangle the goats. They don't stay in very well either. Well, just imagine how much shit you could buy on Whatnot if she had goats. They're like, because then you'd have to buy every week, you'd have to buy more feed. All right, we're going back to this. If if there's something else you want from the store for flash sale, let me know. And I'm going back to sorting until I hear otherwise. I'm gonna have to look into the expansion packs with the coins I've accumulated. Don Ho, Chris Christopherson, bootleg, some sort of classical thing, and Partridge Family bootleg. And then I gotta pin this again. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's the goats that I had. They had babies a couple times, and the babies all died. I got rid of the goats before they died, though. But the chickens and ducks and turkeys and guineas, yeah, they die all the time. Especially when you have a bunch of them, because you've always got ones that are getting to the age of just where they die. Well, that's when Mr. Ghost has to find a replacement and put it in the pen so you don't notice like you're a little kid in a goldfish. Super Soul, some sort of bluegrass compilation, the Big Band All Stars Cloud Nine, and Steely Dan bootleg. And that is running. I There was a bunch in there, Bishy. I didn't want to take too long to do it. The Best of Buddha, the Third World, Donald Byrd and Booker Little, and all this in World War II, various artists, and Buddy Collette on Broadway. And there's running. Yeah, Chip and Sissy. We just had Lucy fixed, and then you had the option getting all the shots and stuff, and we decided that we didn't want all the shots, and because he's just, thank you, Upstate, because he's just the cat that wandered in, and they said it. If you don't leave them outside, they don't stand a very big chance of getting leukemia or rabies. Uh, so they said it didn't matter too much if they were house cats. But we said pretty much the same thing about Bubba and said, "Oh, we won't take him to the vet if he gets sick." Well, he was sick there for a while. I don't know, last year. Must have eaten something, but he was really sick. And then all of a sudden we started freaking out because he was sick and we decided we needed to take him to the vet. But originally we were not going to feed our cats in any way. They got sick. Another Jerry Butler, Aware of Love, The Big Band All Stars, Evening Time, Freedom Sweet, The Rascals. Yeah, and All in the Family. Yeah, well, Lucy's must be his brother. They look almost identical. Bubba has a Hitler mustache, but they, other than that, they have the same facial markings. Lucy's got white back legs, but they've got to be brothers. I'm sure they both came from the cat farmer next door to Butterflies. Barbara Mandrell and Terry Gibbs, hit after hit. That's to Bobby Gentry bootleg. Try My Love, Tata Vega. That one's not sealed. And Cadence Classics Volume 3. Yeah, Butterfly went to stay with her granddaughter for at least a day. I guess she's probably staying down there tonight because I haven't heard otherwise. Uh, but she left kind of late last night in the evening, and Bubba was distraught. He just sat there and stared. 'Cause she just came back from jury duty on Friday. Finian's Rainbow soundtrack. Was it what wasn't me? She didn't They didn't indict anybody this week, Rag. She's not allowed to tell me anything about it unless they indict them. No, I miss her, but I'm okay. I don't pout. Candy Staton and Jean Cotton, Gray the Morning. Yeah, she's almost done. She's been in it for almost 2 years. I think she's only got 2 more months. She goes 1 week a month. Whoops. I was still holding out hope she was going to come home and tell me some story that, well, I'm not now because she's president, but I was hoping she was going to come home and tell me she indicted Trump for something and have a really good story. But grand juries, when they have it's a big jury and they vote to whether or not to indict someone. Yeah, that's what she's doing, Ghost. But after the 18 months, they voted whether or not to go for an extra six, and they all or most of them voted to stay for another 6 months. So she's got two more. Fred Bach, Rex Humbard, the world's favorite symphonies, and Beyond the Sunset, Porter Heaps. Yeah, and she doesn't tell me anything. So it's like she's down there all week, and all she does is uh oh, she's had a whole bunch of cases. It wasn't she's indicted a whole bunch of different people. I don't think there might have been a medical fraud one. Lots of environmental and drug stuff so far. One murder, at least one murder. London Philharmonic, Wagner, Ken Griffin. It can't be true. Oh, yeah, those are the same exact ones. Andre Kostelanetz. We're in a real good box here with Glenn Miller. And that's right. It's just like regular jury rag, but they only have, like in Pennsylvania, there's only two of them, I think, for the whole state. Um, yeah, like when they seat them, it's 18 months. So the 30 or 40 people, how many ever are on it to begin with, they stay on it the whole time. And then there's two there's one in the eastern part of the state, one in the western part of the state. So there's not nearly as many people, at least in Pennsylvania. I don't know how if it works like that everywhere, but like every county has court where you might get picked for jury duty. So you have a pretty good chance of being picked for jury duty at some point. But grand jury, it's not as many people. Eddie Arnold, I want to go with you. My favorite ballets, Boston Pops, Regeneration, He's and She's, and Fred Bach. And that's right. Oh, Bishy. If you don't want them, I'm sure she'll be happy to have them back and add them to her hoard. I I sent somebody else some, and I was picking them out. Tchaikovsky bootleg, Joe Basil, Viennese waltzes, Rex Humbard and the Cathedral Singers, and 101 strings quiet hours. Kenny Rogers. Now this is Um, Obviously a factory resale or seal or whatever, but this is a 1986 one. If you're into very late 8 tracks, Kenny Rogers, they don't make them like they used to. Pretty sure it says 1986 on the back of that one. Lonnie Liston Smith and the Cosmic Echoes, Tina Turner with the Decibels, and B.W. Stevens, We Be Sailing. Uh, Probably Chunky Brag. Thank you, Upstate. Speaking of that, oh, I got something you might want. Not Rag. Yeah, you. Still sealed Columbia House. Um, this says something stand ovation. I don't know what that is. I didn't look it up. This looks like Love is What We Make It. I think that's probably a Kenny Rogers, whatever year that's from. But they're still sealed in the original mailers from Columbia House. Tommy James and the Shondells, and Danny Epps. All right. You don't want them? I'm going to open them. So the few people that are here, you're probably too young to remember this, but they used to have tape clubs and they had 8 track clubs just like the CD clubs that they used to have. And that's how they would mail them. Just wrap the Columbia House. I don't know. I don't know what this one is. I couldn't make it out. This one that looks like you can see through it, Love is What We Make. It looks like it says Love is What We. So I assume that's a Kenny Rogers one. Cost $1.98. But you get one bonus selection. Look at that. $13. People bitch about inflation. I know I've said this before, but the price of music has never gone up or down. In like 1900, it was basically $1 a song. This was probably, what was this? Oh, it's a Mantovani. Yeah, oh, good thing you didn't waste $4 on that. Standing ovation, although it is a It is a pretty rare one. Um, that in 1984, that was $13. Right, one, two, three, four. Basically $1 a song in 1984. Ridiculously rare, but like, why would anyone want it? This person probably didn't want it. They probably subscribed to the thing and forgot to send back in the card that said you didn't want it. It means they didn't pay for them. Yeah, they probably died. I don't know. This is the way I found them. But I think this is a Kenny Rogers one. Well, the thing was, I don't know with the 8 tracks, but the other like the newer tape clubs, the cassettes and stuff, you could send the thing back ahead of time so they didn't send them to you. But if you didn't send them there in time, then they would send you the tape or the CD with the bill in it. That one's from 85. But now they're opened and now they're worthless. Um, but Upstate is like, if you didn't want the selection that month, you could. How did you tell them? Like in the CD clubs and the tape clubs I was in, I don't know if I was ever in a tape club. I was in CD club. You could send the card back before they sent you the music and say you didn't want that selection. But I guess maybe they didn't send it back, so they were. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Blues Magoos, Jerry Kennedy and Friends, the Stills Young Band, Long May You Run, and Sly and the Family Stone, Back on the Right Track. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. Oh, that was used to wait and check the mail, looking for your music to come in the mail. That was kind of like now with, I guess, people buying stuff on Whatnot or eBay or whatever. But Frank Sinatra, Vicky Carr, Angelo Bond, Bondage, and Sean Cassidy, Room Service. And those are running. I was pretty sure that one was a Kenny Rogers. I didn't know what the other one was. I was hoping it would be something good when I opened it. For the 8 tracks. Oh, for somebody else. Harry Chapin sequel. John Mayall, Back to the Roots. John Miles, Zaragon. and Marion Brown Afternoon of Georgia Fawn. Is it gone now? The vinyl factory? Welcome in. If you just joined, we're doing choice of sealed 8 tracks. And also, if there's something you want from my store, I can run flash sales on it for 50% off tonight. Becky Hobbs from the Heartland. Bee Gees' greatest hits as performed by the Music Machine, Charles Earland Odyssey, and Don McLean self-titled. Thank you, Stroop. Takes the Bee Gees. You heard that wasn't really the Bee Gees, right? It was performed by the Music Machine. Thank you, Stroop. Um, you want me to give you a nice copy of Spirits Having Flown, too? Okay. Oh, you're welcome. A prolific bootleg studio. We just had a bunch of those. It used to be pretty hard to bootleg stuff, and it got easier as time went on. Top 10 Soul 1977, Mike Love. Is that the same one York got the other night? And Brian Auger's Oblivion Express and Elvis Presley, The Sun Years. Oh, you're here. Good. I was going to have everybody start tagging you. The main ingredient, aphrodisiac. I probably asked you this the other night. Your are your kids little kids? Are they teenagers? I think. Did you say teenagers? Preteen. Well, York, did you hear that Vishy's giving away a Switch with Mario Kart on Saturday? Playing a game? Yeah. If you win the game, it's going to be some sort of Amazon gift card as the prize. And there's a buyer's giveaway that's a Switch with a case. And Bishy, if I'm wrong about that Mario Kart, you better correct me because I keep telling everybody that. Which Mario Kart's usually a pretty good game. on any platform. Mario Kart Deluxe, even. Les Crane, Barry Manilow, Nectar Magic is a Child, and Top 10 Soul. And that is running. Hey, Butterfly. Yeah, good prizes. And those shows that she does, the Crafty Crime shows, oh, I forgot about that one. And if you don't know what a Cricut Maker is, it's some sort of crafting device. Um, Thank you, Stroop. It probably punches things or stamps things or cuts or embosses or I don't know. But if you guys are around Saturday evening, I don't remember what time it is. But might be worth. Yeah, I think they're fun. They're just like a game of Clue almost. The Floaters, Bonnie Pointer, Nectar Recycled, and London Palladium Orchestra. And that's funny. Funner than Clue. Yeah, and if Bishy's in a really good mood, she'll get out her guinea pig at the end and give it a snack. And Butterfly, you missed it. Frank raided, and then she took us out into her yard and showed us her goats and her ducks and guineas and turkeys and chickens. It was seriously the highlight of my day so far. I mean, aside from watching Kristen this morning, Lawrence Welk, Songs of Faith and Inspiration, the Jacobs Brothers, 20 Years of Gospel Music, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir bootleg, and Box Greatest Hits. What kind of game system does Mr. Bishy play? Bishy. She has a big pink Barbie house. Is she sitting right there? Hi, Evie. You'll have to tell Grandma to take a picture of your Barbie house for me so I can see it. Don McLean, self-titled in the original sleeve. Kenny Rogers and Dottie West, Nectar, A Tab in the Ocean, and Bay City Rollers, It's a Game. And that is running. Oh, we're super adorable, Bishy. We both exude adorableness. I recognize a couple of them. Nectar through the ears. Jason Lynn, Goose Goose, The Couriers, Statue of Liberty. Gonna get me in trouble, Bushy. Hymns for the Home, Bob Daniels. Those are running. Bishy found you 23 coins, Butterfly, in the buttons I sent her. I probably found that many in that. Are you in the box that I sent? Uh, I probably found that many in that box that I pulled out. No, I am not actively acquiring 8-tracks. I'm actively trying to rid myself of them. I told Butterfly that if I ever find some after I get rid of all these and there's some fantastic titles, it'd be one thing, but I'm not gonna. I was at an auction right before Christmas. Well, in the fall, I guess. I'll bet they had 5,000 of them. And I think I bought one little box because it had some it had a couple quads in it. And yeah, and the rest went in the dumpster. Cadence Classics, Frank Sinatra, Wish You a Merry Christmas, uh, Danny Welton's Mouth Organ, Better Take a Mouth Organ, and the 11th House, Level 1. Bishy, it just happened to be an auction I didn't have my box truck at. Otherwise, I probably would have ended up with them. Well, then you are you're Bishy's hero. She she used to have shows and still has them occasionally. Waste Not Wednesdays, where she tries to repurpose and recycle things. What? Oh, I didn't see that. Night, Avy. You going to bed? Have a good night, Avy. And don't let the bed bugs bite. What is it? Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Tuxedo Junction. Daryl Hall and John Oates. The Great Gatsby soundtrack and Rufus featuring Chaka Khan. Yes, you're gonna get me in trouble. Thank you. Upstate. EV favorites. Delegation, The Promise of Love, Al Stewart, The Early Years, and Together, Don't You Want to Go? And here in about 3 more auctions, I'm going to have to take a short break and move my stacks before they fall over. Um, but if you guys want to shop around my store for a few minutes, I'll do the 50% off if there's anything you want. If not, you can just leave while I do it, or you can just hang out. But my stacks are, I can't get them much higher here beside me. Brecker Brothers, Narvel Felts, Air 2 Identity, and the Baker Gurvitz Army. And they're running. Oh. I don't know. If you ever heard Gen 717's dog sleep, is she feeling better, Butterfly? Eddie Arnold Echoes, David Crosby, Graham Nash, Wind on the Water, Super Oldies 13. Murray McLaughlin Boulevard. Gen 717 has a dog with some sort of issue. And that thing, it sounds like, I don't know. Well, that's better than what it was. It doesn't sound too bad. All right, I'm gonna put 4 more up there, and then I'm gonna after that I'm gonna move my stacks for a little bit. Enoch Light, Discotheque, Dance, Dance, Dance. The Limelighters with Children's Chorus, This Train, Graham Central Station, Mirror, and America Live. And those are running. Give me a minute here. Move my stacks out of my way. If there's something you want me to run from my buy now for half off, uh, let me know in the chat or put it in the chat and wait to send it until I get back there to the device. And I'll run a flash sale. Yeah, I'll see you later, Rag. Thanks for stopping. you're into old stuff that's not 8 tracks, give Rag and Ribbon a follow. He sells lots of vintage stuff, a lot of little things, jewelry. I don't think there's any Seal Gang strap tapes in my store now. And if I had Seal Gang strap tapes, Whatnot probably wouldn't be the place that I would be trying to sell them. There might be some retro rap of some sort. I don't know what you call retro rap. Okay. Now I got a little bit of room. Had about 5 of those things. Melanie, Garden in the City, Tom Paxson, Out from the Sun, Lamb, Cross Between, and Eddie Costa and Art Farmer together. And those are running. Hey, Beyond, I've been telling everybody all night that if they want me to run stuff for half off, if there's anything in the store you want, let me know in the chat and I'll run it as a flash sale. I don't know what happened there. Something popped up. If somebody bought something, thank you. Something popped up on my screen. Aretha Franklin, Sweet Passions, Top Hits 1978, Margot Smith, Songbird, and Jack Bruce with Graham Bond and Ginger Baker. And that is running. I can do that, Stroop. There's Cool G Rap and DJ Polo rated triple X is running 15 seconds flash sale. Rap Machine flash sale, 50% off, 15 seconds. It's running. Five seconds. Yankee Stroop or whoever I seen balling. Cool G. Yeah, apparently. I'll do it again. There you go, Bean. It's running. Okay, there you go. If there's other ones you want, just tell me at any time. I mean, I'm not selling many of these. So I can take a couple seconds and do that. As long as I see him or me or Bishy sees him in the chat. Chico Hamilton with Paul Horn. Harry Belafonte at Carnegie Hall. The Mamas and the Papas, People Like Us. And Honky Tonk Piano. Honky Tonk Piano. So those are running. And make sure you guys check your the rewards. You can always use those. I don't think you can use them as on offers and flash sales. So okay, Stroop, I'll get that one. So 812 soldiers. If you're looking for rap in there, I don't know if you know or not, but you can sort by genre and sort the rap ones out and see them all. So that is running the 812 soldiers. Yeah, I discovered that one night and it helps a lot. If you're trying to scroll down through the whole thing, it's pretty difficult. Well, if you're looking for 8 tracks, you can still look in the store because if you hear a artist's name that you're interested in, you can always pop back in. But I usually say the artist's name and most of the album covers. Do I remember how? Um, when you click on the store and it pops up with live listings, I can't see it because it's all black, but there's the auction tab, buy now, giveaway. And then underneath those tab things above the items, there's that little slider bar icon. That's the filter icon. If you click on that, you can sort it by category, price, condition, artist, release, title, genre, sealed, format, color. Color? How can you sort it by color? That isn't even an option when you're listing them. Oh, they've got record things in there too, I think, that aren't on the cassette listings. Did you follow that, Bean? Get it, boys? Get It Boys is running. I'll do ace. Ace 5 aside. And that one's running. Ace 5 aside, 8-track. So we have Judy Collins, Colors of the Day, the best of. Black Pack. Black Pack is running. Stroop, did you get this Black Pack? Okay, now it's showing that PC is kind of laggy or something. Norman Connors, You Are My Starship. Fantasy Hill, First Step. And Marvin Gaye, Here My Dear. And you can keep making requests all night long if you want on the stuff from the store too. But I'm going to run those. Randy Newman, Sail Away. The Dukes of Jazz, Blue Monday. Van McCoy, From Disco to Love. And Stephen Eady, Feelin', featuring the Osmonds. And that is running. Thanks, Cold. And I have been listing lots on eBay. I said before, if you open some of those lots, you could request, and I can run them for opening bid. But I think the wrap lot has bids on there now, though. Red Sovine, Little Rosa, the Sons of Champlain or whatever, Loosen Up Naturally, Dorothy Moore, Misty Blue, and Melissa Manchester singing. And those are running. Yeah, the quads are not as valuable as they used to be. I think I've only sold a few of them, which I'm going to lower the price on them eventually. Did you miss anything? I think it was Fantasy Hill, Van McCoy, Stephen Eady. I don't, I don't know what the other one was. No, because I don't want them to stick around. I'll I'll run them once or twice for the opening bid, and then I'll lower them to $10. And I want to get a bunch on there before I lower the price on the ones that don't sell, so I can combine shipping on them. I mean, I've got probably 1,000 more somewhere. Barry Maguire, Legs Diamond Firepower, Jim Weatherly Pictures and Rhymes, Malo or Mallow Bootleg. And those are running. Upstate, I can't believe you didn't jump on that Two Virgins, or was that you that bought that? I couldn't believe that sold for $25. Treacherous to be. So Treacherous 3, Old School Flavor, sealed cassette is running flash sale right now. I got enough for everybody. Oh, did I run those? I don't know if I ran those. So they're running now if I didn't run them. Welcome in. We're doing choice of sealed 8 tracks tonight. And if you want to shop through the thousands of sealed tapes in my store, I'll do flash sales on them for 50% off if you put in the chat which one you want. Bobby Bear, Greatest Hits, Willie Nelson, Spotlight on Willie Nelson, Dorothy Moore, Once with Feeling, and Climax Blues Band Gold Plated. And those are running. Whoops. Charlie Pride burgers and fries. I don't know. Some sort of classical. Chamber Harmony Ensemble of Prague. Don McLean, Chain Lightning, and Emmett Rhodes Mirror. Oh, she'll be so happy, Bishy. Oops. Poco Rose of Cimarron. This one isn't sealed, but I'll throw it up there. Welcome to the Canteen. Steve Winwood and all those people. Norman Connors. You Are My Starship. Diana Ross, To Love Again. And that's running. Bitchy, I even threw a lot of crap out besides the coins. Lawrence Welk reminiscing. Manfred Mann's Earth Band Watch. Kenny Rogers Kenny. And Floaters Magic. Black Rose by John David Souther. Brother to Brother, Shades in Creation. Another Norman Connors, You Are My Starship. Which those? Tessie Hill, Think About It. And another 11th House. Those are running. Welcome in. We're doing choice of 8 tracks. I'm also doing flash sales and 50% off from things in my store. If you want something that's sealed from my store, just tell me in the chat and I'll do a flash sale for half off. Bobby Caldwell, Cat in the Hat, Top 10 Soul Volume 5, TV Disco Heat, and Richie Fury, I Still Have Dreams. And those are them. Did you find something for your tummy besides Lipton soup here? Oh. Was it good? Taj Mahal Evolution, Foxy Get Off, Warren Nalo, Bootleg, and Eric Carmen Against the Current. Boats Against the Current. Oh, look at that. Every single belly button is cut off. There's the same tape. Oh, you can't see it. They're different colors. Georgia sings songs for lovers only. Top 10 Rock Volume 4. Top Rock Hits 14. Oh, I'm getting double sticks in here. Top 10 Country 1975, Volume 4. Those are running. Rock Now. Memphis Slim, Mother Earth. Liberace, Since You Love. And Coral Ears, I Believe in the Sun. That is running. George Mann Orchestra, That's Life. Piano Magic. I do definitely want to see these. Season's Greetings, Bing Crosby Bootleg. And the Starland Vocal Band Late Night Radio. And those are running. Oh. John Blair, We Belong Together. John Sebastian, Welcome Back. Somebody wrote 69 on that bitch. You see that? Kenny Rogers in the first edition, Tell It All Brother. And Pat Boone, Saved. Got a whole bunch of those ones in my and these ones. Whoops, in the buy now. Same with that one. Same with that one. Maria Moldar, self-titled and Sweet Harmony. Ragni Rado and McDermott, Disinherited, and Don McLean, Homeless Brother. So it wouldn't make much sense to bid on one for $4 because you could just ask for a flash sale 50% off in the store. I get sloppy with my piles here. Well, figured they weren't going to spend $4, but they might want to spend 250. Monk Higgins, Little Mama. Who was that? Who was looking for the naked black chicks? Miller? He went home. Nouveau Chapeau, Free Beer, Link Ray, Live at the Paradiso, and Ginger Baker Stradivarius. I don't know. It was somebody that wanted the naked black women on the covers. Thank you, York. Is that the Miller one? He's very particular about his naked black chicks. So not every naked black chick, just Melba Moore. What? That lady resembled the Melba Moore cover, just in a different position. Various artists rock lives. Music for easy listening. The Lundstrums. Music. And Grace Enough Mountain Anthems Mixed Chorus. Guess Mountain Anthem Mixed Chorus is the name of the band. I don't do too much requests anymore because it's just so much stuff and it's so hard to keep track of. But at one point, I was trying to find a specific album for somebody, and I found it after about a year, and then he wanted a deal on it. I wasn't charging anything other than the normal base price. I was like, dear God. Oh, what does that one look like? Oh, that one. Yeah, I don't know. What's the other? I never remember. I have no memory. What's the other Kiss album that's the live one or something? So what for $4? The Church Triumphant, Oklahoma Baptist Festival Choir, David Castle, Love You Forever, Seals and Croft, I'll Play for You, and Jesse Belvin, Yesterdays. No, not that one. And I can't remember whether I would have it here or not. See, a lot of this stuff was listed at one time, but the thing is that like the popular stuff might sell, but the rare stuff I would have had big prices on it because I didn't want to give it away. And so there is some rare stuff because I had it priced accordingly. All thy works shall praise thee. Oh, Bishy, they're rating 69 on everything. The Sigel Schwal Band, Sleepy Hollow. Sean Phillips, Furthermore. And Grease, performed by the Cruisers. And that is running. Do you have an alert set on eBay? Because I don't really deal with them anymore, other than trying to get rid of them now. But I mean, eBay used to be funny. You there'd be ones on there that I mean, the best thing to do is just look at the lots people list and scroll down through them and look at all the pictures. That's how I got some of the best tapes I had was just look every time, just look every day at the newly listed stuff and the buy now, look at the lots and look at the pictures and buy them for $30 for the lot. Well, I wish everybody would want Lawrence Welk and Henry Mancini and all this rare gospel I have. Or Slim Whitman, all my best. JD Sumner, bass, bass, bass. Anita Care Singer, Spend the Holiday with Me, and Ray Conniff Singers, Christmas with Conniff. Hey, Pick, you here for some 8 tracks? Bishy says I'm somehow better at selling 8 tracks than I am fabric. Oops. Nobody's pissed me off yet in this show, Bishy. There's no hoopla. They're not selling very quickly. Lush strings play for lovers. Dick Anthony's singing men, God of our fathers. It's Magic Oregon Street Fair. And Jack and Rex Sullivan. And I don't know that there are any fabric buyers. Those are run. I think most everybody, I was hoping to find somebody to buy it for resale, but I think most everybody I've ever sold fabric to is just crafters. I'm certainly not gonna go into that business. That what's her name? Draz? She sells a ton of stuff. Coral ears and oasis in the desert. And there's Schubert, Rimsky-Korsakov, and Tchaikovsky. I don't know. Classical tapes are really good ones. Draz is a they. I think the most I've ever watched her was I think she was in Bishy's Train. I guess her husband or something was there. Um, Not usually in the market for fabric swatches and samples or whatever she sells. But I think I followed her for that one train. So now I see when she pops on there. Incredible string band. No Ruinous Feud. Manford Man's Earth Band, Solar Fire. They wrote 69 on all this crap, Bishy, and it wasn't me. Barry Lyden, original soundtrack. And Fleshless Belly Buttons. Paul Kantner, Grace Slick, and David Freiberg. And that is from, I don't stick around Ohio. They might be, hey, Willie, uh, they might be the most amazing sellers, but I watched her for a while on that one raid train, and that was it. But I see her on there all the time, and her little thumbnail plays, and I see her holding up fabric. So if you're looking for fabric, their name is Draz, D-R-A-Z. Bill Gaither Trio. I jammed all that stuff into a stack of banana boxes about as tall as I am, squished it down. Swan Lake Ballet, the Carnival with the Animals, the Couriers Sing with Us, some orchestra stuff. That is running. All right, I'm gonna run a few more lots. Pretty much what I had here in front of me since it's after 9. Um, and my fall asleep in the chair time is like 10:30. Um, so what I'm gonna do is run these last few, and if anybody wants anything from the store, I'll give you a few minutes to look, and I'll run flash sales for anything for 50% off. Um, but pretty much just gonna raid out here in a few minutes if nobody wants anything else. Um, 9:30 depends. The Mountain Anthems mixed chorus where no one stands alone. Bert Camford Christmas Wonderland. Some Magic Organ bootleg. And Walt Grawler and his orchestra Christmas time. No, I'm not gonna pack them today. Nitty gritty. There you go. It's running a nitty gritty dirt band, 20 years of dirt, 50% off. Thank you, Upstate. How many did you sell in that show, Ghost? I probably asked you already. Yellow Man? How many did you have to replace the pads on? That's not too bad. I I assume you want the $5 Yellow Man. That was the one's 15. Thank you, Willie. If you have any other ones, tell me in the chat and I'll run them as 50% off flash sales. But I'm winding her down for the night. So if there's stuff you want, big band. Oh, the problem with big band is there's no big band category. If you click on the store and then when it opens up, click on buy it now up here somewhere. And right below it, there's a little icon, the filter icon. If you filter it by jazz, that's probably where the big band stuff is because I don't think Whatnot has a big band genre. Okay. And like I said, I'm wrapping it up here pretty soon. But I mean, I'll be back. I'm, I didn't sell out, but you got a while. The Romantic Philadelphia Strings, Virgil Fox, Bach Live at Fillmore East, Eddie Arnold, and London Philharmonic. Okay, now I gotta get back there to. All right, Choice of those is running, and then I will get the Isaac Hayes. Yes. Okay, the Tough Guys soundtrack is running 50% off, and then I will do the Glenn Miller Lost Recordings here in about 10 seconds. Willie, are you interested in big band stuff that's not sealed? I'll tell you what, if I will I haven't been sorting it out. Um you want the Glenn Miller one to run again? Is that it? Oh, it's running now. Hey Sherry. Sherry, you having a show tonight? I, I'm trying, Keith. All right. Somebody wanted Houdini, I think. All right. We'll do the what. I'll go back to the Houdini in a sec. I'll get this Glenn Miller CD. The Glenn Miller CD, the legendary performer, is running. Um, Jackie Gleason Big Band. Um, I'll tell you what, I will start making an effort to save out big band stuff. I'm gonna make a little pile. The stuff that's in my store was in quantity that I had in quantity. I've got a lot of stuff that's sealed that's not in quantity that I've just been lotting up. I haven't been I don't get too many requests for big band, although a couple people have asked for it. Um, I'll make a stack. I'll start making a stack and stop in when you see I'm having a show occasionally, and I'll see if there's anything you're interested in. I've got like 100,000 tapes or something. I mean, I've got tons of big band. Um, on Whatnot, everybody seems to want heavy metal and gangster rap, and so I haven't been worried too much about the big band. But I'll make sure I save some out for you. Okay, we'll do the Houdini. Okay, this is Houdini Bag of Tricks. Houdini Bag of Tricks is running. And Houdini self-titled is running now. Thank you, Stroop. All right. Any last requests? Sherry's still here. Sherry, you were supposed to have a sale tonight, weren't you? Oh well, Willie, I will my next show, I think the next cassette show I have scheduled is like next Friday or something, but I'll have more shows like this. So give me a follow and you'll see me pop up occasionally. She has no idea what I'm talking about. Give Click on Wicked Sherry there and give her a follow and bookmark her mega bookmark show. It's got up to 32 bookmarks. I will I There's no way I will remember to tag you. I'm sorry. I can't keep I sell in so many categories and have so many people. Well, thanks for bookmarking her show. Wicked Sherry is not wicked. You have a good night, Willie. Thanks for coming. All right, Bishy, where are we gonna go? Thank you, Upstate. We're gonna 3 hours. Well, at least I sold more than $10 worth of stuff. Jen's still on. Man, she is a machine. All right, well, let's go see Jen. She doesn't sell music yet, but maybe you could convince her to. Thank you guys. And check out Ohio tomorrow at the Bins. Thanks, Bishy.